Hello and welcome. Setting up the paranormal flashlight for air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. If you're one of those signs, go grab your coffee and come on back. I'm going to do a reading for the collective. All right, welcome back. I hope you have got your coffee or your tea. Make sure you hit that like button right now and please subscribe. Your comments, thank you guys so much, because your comments, your continued comments, are literally helping keeping me up in the algorithms. Thank you, thank you. Comment 3, 4, 5 times. I don't care. Just comment on the videos. Say hello. Thank you for what you're doing. All right, let's see what is happening for the air signs. I love this deck. Cards are popping right out. This is for the collective of the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I happen to be a Gemini rising. And those of you that don't know your rising sign, that is, your rising sign is more of who you aspire to be, what the direction you kind of want to go in. Things that you're trying to obtain and get. Your sun sign is the sign that kind of is you. I'm a Virgo, and a lot of those traits are in me, and that's some of those are workaholic. Some of those traits are perfectionists, and I am all of those. But Gemini rising is, again, rising sign is who you want to be. And I happen to be Gemini rising. If you don't know what your sun, your moon, or your rising sign is, go over to Google and find someplace free and look up your natal chart. And you want to, thank you, Spirit, you want to look up your astrology in either tropical or Western astrology. You do not want Indian or Vedic or sidereal. Vedic and sidereal are the Indian, Old Indian, East Indian forms of horoscopes. I had to stop and think, where was I? All right, let's see what's going on here. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I laid them down and I picked them back up. Yeah, you know what? You guys had a tough time for a minute. We got the 8 of Cups. It's pretty gloomy, and she's turning her back and walking away. Things were not easy. You had a situation, number one, that you didn't want to deal with. You let it build up to you, the point where you just say, hell with it, I'm walking away. Letting it all go. It's not the first time you've hit this point. Now, one of the things that I want to point out is the moon on that card. We are, by the time you see this, we will be in new moon energy. I do believe new moon is on the 16th, and I think today is the 14th. So we are in that new moon energy. And it also brings up this next card, the moon card. You have felt out of balance. You felt a little bipolar, a little just weird, didn't quite feel right. You also had some things come to the surface about somebody being two-faced. And if you look real close at that card, let me see if I can get it in there. There's 2 people and they have masks on. So that'll be two-faced. But you knew about this. When you have friends in your circle that when they're not with you, talk about you. That's not always a bad thing. When people talk about you, if they bring you up, just like they might bring me up about what I do and what they think I do. My friends have no fucking idea what I do. They do not. We're going to jump over to the, again, I'm pointing out we're in that new moon energy right now. The Two of Pentacles. Yeah, it felt like everything was out of kilter. You couldn't bring anything back into balance. And the biggest thing that was bothering you was finances. Yeah. Money compounds any problem. Or the lack of money. I talk to you all the time about finding a second source of income, a second stream of income. You cannot count on one stream of income. You must do something else. I don't care if you tie fishing lures to make extra money, crochet afghans, house clean, some little thing where you make a few extra bucks. Everybody needs to be doing that. 2 reasons. Obviously, one for the money. The second reason is when you hit your 70s, if you sit stagnant, you'll die. Keep your mind occupied. Keep your hands busy. Keep your back strong. Do something else. Take on another job. We've got the 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords. Yeah, you've had a situation going on around you that has brought you a lot of sleepless nights. Couldn't figure out a solution. It kept you awake. You kept mulling it around. You had monkey mind, and it just kept you. Some of you were dealing with anxiety, and you're becoming more empathic. And that anxiety that you feel, most of it's not even yours. Might have been why you were feeling a little out of balance. Might have been why that moon was affecting you. But that 9 is saying that you've overthought it too. Get out of your head. It is time to get it. Now we are an air sign. And that's what that is all about. 9 of air, right here. Get the hell out of your head. One of the exercises that I commonly use, and when you have trouble with a repeating thought, just turning around in there in a loop, and you can't get it out of your mind, and it's something you got to worry. You're worrying about paying that. Am I going to be able to pay the insurance? Am I going to be able to pay the insurance? Just that loop might just keep you awake. Remember the Happy Days jukebox? Well, that arm came down and put the record on and it played it. Now, behind those old jukeboxes was a reset button. Because if the wrong song came down that you didn't play, maybe you made a mistake and played something that you didn't want or didn't like, you could hit that reset button and pick a different record. You can do the same thing with your thoughts. Stop yourself on that loop. Just literally go, okay, I got to quit thinking that. Don't let it take you away, and select another thought. Get another record. Have a thought already put together. Now, one of the things that I do when I'm having a bad time and something's stuck on a loop is I think about my son, Daniel. Now, Daniel's already off in the spirit world, so I know he's absolutely in heaven, okay? But he always made me smile. He always brought joy to my heart. So that's where I take my thought. One of the women that I work with, her favorite thing in life was collecting blue glass. So when she gets her mind in that thought trap and running that loop, she stops and visualizes all this blue glass in her window and the sun shining through it. What a beautiful sight that would be. So whatever is a beautiful thought for you, maybe you like butterflies and you enjoy that. Pick a thought and have it ready that that's where you're going to go when you get off that loop. We've got the Page of Cups here talking about, yep, energy is going to change. Energy is definitely going to change. Air signs. We've got the Queen of Wands here. There's a little more work required. It's time to get back to doing some of the basics that we don't do anymore, things that we let go. Our day-to-day habits. We go through periods of kind of going dormant a little bit. We're coming out of winter, and it's an ugly spring. We get one day with it might make it up to 70 barely, and then it rains again. And that's where I'm at here in Pennsylvania. And for a lot of you around the country, it's the same thing. The weather's been crappy. It's all controlled. Those chemtrails, it's real. It's real. They're playing with our atmosphere, and that's another reason. The ETs, if you saw my previous video, that's another reason why the ETs are coming. They do not want us to destroy the atmosphere with those chemicals. So there is a little more work required, and that's what that cat's job is. The expression I used in the last video was get about your rat killing. And that's taking care of that day-to-day stuff. It gets mundane and boring, but we still need to do it. We have the Ten of Swords. Again, another air sign here. Now, the Ten of Swords is wrapping up a cycle. You did feel betrayed. You did feel disillusioned. You had to walk away from this particular situation anyway. But that 10, I want to show you this card, even though it's a familiar 10 of Swords. Look what it says on the bottom. Everything is fine. Everything's going to be okay. Sometimes we just have to go through some stuff in order to release it for something better to come along. All right, I have grabbed another deck here for air signs so we can wrap up this reading and see what's happening for these, all of my friends who are airheads. All right, again, that card is repeating. I just showed you the Queen of Wands. There we have it. There is going to be some required work. You're not at a spot where you can just kick it in neutral and let it roll on its own. You're still going to have to work. You're still going to have to run business. And that's the Queen. She's in charge, calling the shots. Maybe you need to do that again. Maybe you need to take control again. Take over. If your house is your business, take it over and start calling some new shots. Maybe you need to clean the floor differently. Maybe the wall needs trimmed or painted. But there are things that need to be done that you need to address, and it could be just your own personal growth. All right. We have we're going to go this way first. Three of Cups. It's going to be okay. They're celebrating. Or you're going to have a good outcome. We are in a touchy period for air signs. You're coming out of it. It's almost like going through the birthing process. It's a little crampy right now. It's a tail end of the labor. You're kind of getting to where you're ready to push. Ready to push. Because something is about to be born new. Now, for some of you, you may get word in the family that there is a baby coming. Now, I'm not even seeing that in the card intuitively. I am picking that up. That is the abundance that's coming around for some of you. Maybe a new baby coming into the family. And last but not least, we have the Star card. And that is, look, it's about abundance. She's pouring from 2 pitchers. She's got that much water. Maybe it's wine. Could be honey, and a lot of different tarot depictions. But she's got so much that she's able to kind of give back. It's also about the healing. And you always hear me talk about growth and healing. Every day we need to become a better person. Make that a conscious choice to be a better person. Did you ever think about that? You want to be thin? You want to be pretty? You want to be a blonde? You want to have muscles? How about just, I need to be a better person? I know I do. I absolutely know I need to be a better person. All right, there you have it, air signs. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. If this video resonated, please let me know down below. Throw a bunch of comments at me if you need to. I certainly would appreciate it if you do. And you know I never leave you, that I don't sincerely bless you and send you prayers for love and light. See you soon.